So hello everybody, how y'all doing? So I'm back with the weekly energy update. Alright, so for this spread that you see before you, or layout, or whatever the best word is, right? You see some cards. This concentrating on the south node and the north node, and also the sidereal, or I like to call it sidereal, but hey, so we all got our own ways of doing it and our own ways of interpretation. So you know, how confused you want to be is all up to you. Alright, so that's how I want to do this weekly energy, to see, you know, I just want to go up, and I just want to go this way, because following the sequences and the messages that I've been getting from my videos, right, that I put out here, and how I'm interpreting the messages that I'm translating in a freestyle manner. I like to pay attention. So, part of me paying attention, the last weekly energy reading, it was a little veil, little conference going on out there in the planet. So, I did feel the shift for the 25th too, and it felt real more relaxed. Even now, it's still, you know, I don't know, it has its moments, but it's more relaxed than what it was. So, like I said, I'm coming from the south, and the north and the south node, and so, you know, on the side track of it, the side track of going backwards. Okay, so yeah. Now I also have some friendly energy out here too. You know, my mind was so much taken. I have Mars that's out here. I have Saturn that's out here, and I have Chiron that's out here, and I also have like the zodiac signs that's flipping between them on the, you know, the sidereal, sidereal, whichever way y'all want to talk about me pronouncing. So so yeah, I have them out here on the playing field. So also had the cards out since yesterday. I wanted to meditate, and also including this meditation, I put an oracle card behind each one of the zodiac signs that's directly related to the nodes. So on the tropical side of it, Gemini is related to the north node. On the sidereal side of it, Taurus and many of the apps is associated. Okay. On the south node side of it, it's Sagittarius on the tropical, and it's Scorpio on the sidereal. Okay. So I put oracle cards behind all of them, because when, you know, I was setting the cards out to concentrate on the energy that was coming off of it, it was a whole lot. I said, man, I don't know if I really want to abandon this idea or not. So what me and my guys came up with was, let's isolate the energy a little bit. And so what I did was pull some oracle cards and left them also marinating here. And the process of me getting them, I'm going to tell you, was very interesting. It's the order of the oracle cards as far as alphabetical order. These is in the same group in the alphabetical order, as well as these is in the grouping of alphabetical order. And it's very interesting, because it's in retrograde, the north node. I thought it was so hilarious. Now those oracle cards that's behind each one of them is very interesting too. They really do relate to each other. in their own way. Alright? So, what we're about to do is go ahead and start off with Gemini. And let's reveal the oracle behind Gemini. So, Gemini has the oracle, the Queen of Hearts. Now, within the book, when it's talking about this Queen of Hearts, it's talking about this sacrifice. Right? It's a sacrificial energy. You can be conscious of it, you might not be conscious of it type of energy. But it's more sacrificial. Now, I'm going to stay in the North Node for a minute because this is the way I'm guided. Now, for Taurus, we have taken to heart. So up here, you know, at first glance, you'll look and you'll think, maybe you might think, I don't know. You might think with that child expression out there, maybe everything is good. But actually, the ducky got into the way. You know, it bumped the little girl and she was really caught off guard. So that's you know, by the perspective of what the author within these oracle cards was describing the meaning of it. Right? So, what I'm trying to bring up right here while I'm on this North Node, right? These two energies is very similar. I feel like they're very similar. Now, if you yourself know how to distinguish between sacrifice and taking to the heart that well, kudos for you. I still fall short. Some things that has been repetitious with me, I think I do better at. But for new situations that might come my way, I might fall a little short in distinguishing between the two. For myself. Okay? So because I'm the translator in this message, this is where I stand, and I ain't trying to offend nobody. If you got a good keen eye on really truly deciphering the moments of sacrifice and taking something to heart, because even in this taking a heart matter, it's more that you come into a choice to make. You have a choice on the way that you react. You have that right to your reaction. Just like it's just remembering that right is what you tap into in a collective way. Whether you consciously or consciously don't realize it, a right thing is something that is of the collective. Anybody could go into this magic money jar and say, oh, I'm going to use my right. Okay. Now, the sacrifice part of it is not necessarily so much on the collective. This is something more personal, right? So, what I'm trying to say is, you could be working, or you could be at somebody's house, and you could be engaging into a good time. Maybe it's a nice get-together that's going on, and somebody bumped into you. You might feel like that you ain't really paid no attention, right? But maybe a couple of other different people might have also bumped into you. You know you're at the party. Of course, you might be believing to yourself, you ain't taking it at heart. But once you leave that environment, all of a sudden, you is going through some emotions. For some reason, when you thinking back on this situation, it's giving you some type of emotions. You feeling some kind of way. You now got this reaction, right? So, what I'm trying to say is the fine line between both of them being personal. Because if you really didn't tell everybody about the bumps, and maybe you're not really telling everybody about the situation, you could be just sitting back thinking into a meditation zone and you processing it now. So if you're in that state, you might believe that you're still into learning not to take it to heart. But maybe you in the state also of sacrificing, because maybe you already sacrificed the situation, or maybe you put yourself in a sacrificial moment when you didn't never say nothing. So you might not be looking at that as sacrifice, because by the time you start meditating, you're so busy focused on not taking it to heart. I'm just saying, that's the way that I feel about this energy. Now to think about it, on this side, because we have Mars, Saturn, and Chiron that's here, right? For Mars, you can either fall into the Leo or the Cancer. Both of them smooth. Both of them smooth. It still comes with that confusion, because sometimes people get confused on the way of wands and cups. Meaning, for example, imagination. In your imagination zone, you could be feeling the passion for it. Now, which one is creating the details and which one is in control of it the most? Is it the fire that's inside of you? Is it the water that's inside of you? Meaning both of them could produce the same thing, because if you're feeling something intense going on, is that your emotions or is that your passion reacting? And do you separate it that far? Because, you know, it's really human for us on a certain conscious level to separate things like that. Alright, thank you for your patience, as if they had to be used. So like I was talking down here with Mars, the Leo, the Cancer, for example, let's see how these are going to work together when it comes to passion. You're a business owner. Or let's look at politics. One of the two. Pick the avenue that you want to look at. Look through the lenses. Because, see, we're dealing with two energies, right? So, one thing in both of these arenas, it always requires a Queen of Hearts moment. Meaning, if you take business classes, or you got to come up with whether you want to be an entrepreneur, limited liability, are you going to sit here and have board members, are you going to be non-profit? You got to sit here and do your work. You got to put your time in. You got to grind here. You got to put out how many SSS videos. How do you have to talk to your community to get up? Okay. So during the whole time of all of this, you still ain't taking it to the heart, because taking it to the heart is what maybe you want to classify that as your maturity level, your logic, meaning, okay, this happened right here. I ain't gonna sit here and let this get me down. Is that your ego? You giving yourself your pep talk. Okay, this business situation just happened to the right like that. Okay, I'm gonna take this as a learning curve. This what this is. This is a learning curve. It hurt me a little bit, but you know what? I ain't ready to give up though. Okay. Oh, you know, oh, this rule right here, man. How do I get this rule to go in the favor that I need it to go? How do I need to write this up, this proposal up, to where it benefits all the parties that's involved? You know, those are also examples of that, and you know, especially with Mars and Leo and Cancer being here. Now, you got the Saturn that's here that's trying, and it's coming with Aquarius and Capricorn. So, as I already gave the example, you know, Saturn be that one that's on that calculation, you know, calculating everything. It's the thing that's going to keep you up high, keep you down low. It's going to be the thing that be your shield, make you take those blows and to give some blows. You know, is that kind of energy. Chiron when the Aries and Pisces is all about that responsibility. And you know, for real, when it comes to actually thinking about how we put in perspective the North Node, who ain't never talking about some type of responsibility? Are we talking about responsibility as a joke? As you know, as a career, as a comedian, as a psychic, as a psychologist, as a therapist, as a wellness, a holistic, as a preacher, as an entertainer, as a content creator. Like, come on. This energy is what is what would keep that all in a normalization while it's going on. It's just with, you know, and that's where Chiron is at. It is everybody normalization. No matter what you cry out about or whatever, if you believe that you can't stop because you got to keep trying, sometimes in this type of energy with the Queen of Hearts and taking a heart, which is with Gemini and Taurus, and then you got the Leo and the Cancer here, it's all about living. I mean, no matter what, the realest thing in the world is living. And it's all about surviving. So how you not gonna know how not to survive? What right now is so different in the survival other than, like I come out and say, Sidereal and Sidereal. The soundbite. The soundbite makes a difference. It makes it feel new. It really does. Sound makes a whole difference. Like, think about a baby, a newborn baby, and how the sound of entering the world and going close to something that carried that child in the world can make a difference of peace. Sound makes a whole lot of difference. You know, like I was watching one TikTok and the person said, you know, if the person is deaf, what language do they think in? Sound. Your sound make a difference. And that's the main thing that comes within Saturn and Aquarius and Capricorn is sound. People always say, have a sound mind, have a sound foundation. You know, pay attention to what you're listening to. Pay attention to what you're watching. Pay attention to what you say out your mouth. All of those is forms of sound. We always warning each other about sound. And that's where Taurus could be strong at with it. Why I say taking to heart is because you can't deny sound. But you can sacrifice sound. At least you feel that you can. Meaning, okay, if I want to remove this situation out of my life, it's gone. So you feel like that sound barrier is gone. But really, technically, the sound barrier is not gone. It's just the individual gone. The sound barrier could still be there. Especially if you feel like you are a magnet for certain situations. So the sound never really went nowhere. And that's what Gemini will have you confuse that on the sacrifice. What are you really sacrificing? The person or the sound? And so with Leo and Cancer and Mars, well, they get to play a nice little game, especially with Cancer. And Leo, particularly you peak, making you laugh about it. Now I'm going to get some tarot cards. I want to anyway. So let me just keep on moving on. So I'm going to go over here to the South Node side. Because I'm just, you know, I'm talking about the energy. Hopefully people get ideas and figure out how to navigate to it, and you're more than welcome to book a private reading. The information is in the description bar. I'm not going to say it on every reading because I like to treat people as they should be treated. Like, if you around here, you're going to ask a question. You know how to talk. You know how to text. You know how to do a lot. So I don't break it all down. So Sagittarius come with farewell, and Scorpio comes with ebb and flow. Now, once again, we have common energies. They confuse me. If you know how to really decipher between the two, that's what's up. I'm not knocking you. Just please don't knock me. If you think I'm a weak person because of my honesty, then so be it. I feel more strong being honest because I could be able to describe myself. Okay? Some people struggle with their identity of self in many ways, whether it's through your mental health of anxiety and everything else. A lot of those things could be well balanced, admitting truth to self. So, that's that. So why I say is very a thin line is because farewell. Okay, we could say goodbye like I was ending this about the toxicity and the sacrifice with the sound. But you know, if you're one of those type of people that keep attracting the same people that you think you removing because of their toxic behavior, you still ain't removing the sound. So, and that's where ebb and flow will also be at in it, because obviously, if Sagittarius is with the North Node, right, your concentration is on the fact that this person is gone. The ebb and flow that is still there with taking it to heart and ebb the flow, you know, is like, did you really take it to heart? Or did you just sit here and felt like they gone, so it's going to be all right? You know, is that little voice that comes up in the time of need, or not the time of need, or the little play people, that the elementals, when they want to come around and try to see how much of this experience of you loving, living, and surviving, and want to be here and contribute to the planet. How much of it is of authenticity? And if authenticity is a tool that you use the most, of course, it would be a tool that they use against you. If trust is something that you spit out your mouth the most when you is in that mood, then trust to be something that they come and get you, come at you with. If fear is something that you lash out with, it really just depends on whether you even recognize that you say this so much to different people, or the same person, or even, that same person could be yourself. So, on the side rail of it is still this continuation. So, the main point of bringing these two energies out also, right? Hold on 1 minute. So the main point of bringing these two energies out from the North Node and South Node and the Sidereal is also about the interpretation of the way messages come off and energy can be read, and how so slightly everything is in common, but yet there is still a slight shift to let you know the difference of it, right? And that's the main objective here when it comes to this, especially when you see the Queen of Hearts and the taking to heart as part of the North Node. Then you have farewell, you have ebb and flow. And like I have been bringing it down of sound. You might remove somebody from your life, but if you're still attracting this same type of individual, it's the sound still there. So, and that's where the ebb and flow is at. Okay? So, on the sidereal part of it, what Mars really still being here, it's the love of it. Like, for example, if you love drama, okay, you love drama, what is wrong with drama being part of your reality so close? Because it's not like you didn't be around drama, whether it was through the television or whatever influenced you, but coming and growing on this planet right here, what was it inside of drama and how you saw it, whether it was like seeing plays at school or here or the music, it was always something that had you there, right? But then when the drama is inside of something that means something to somebody, there's a problem. Now, is it a problem because you reacting into your own storyline and you done seen all these things that seemed like they was problems, you done got that practice, and so now it's a problem, but you did really separate your solution on how the way to handle the situation different from the influences. So what I'm saying is this is how the tropical and the sidereal is literally working together and hand in hand no matter what. Because the fact of having that ebb or flow for drama your whole life, but also being able to find other solutions, live out your experience with a solution to your drama situations, brings in that farewell and that Queen of Hearts. Because at that point in time, we already know at the ebb and flow there, you already taking it to heart. If you looking for a solution, you took it to heart. You took it to heart. So now that solution got to come out of that heart. It just does. One way or another. So yeah, this energy is entertaining. This energy is in the pursuit of survival. It's not happiness because really right now, I don't know how to interpret words like, damn, I gotta do my best. I'm here. I just need to go out here and work and grind. I don't know if it's any longer that people have a pursuit of happiness as much as they got a pursuit for survival. So don't get me wrong, with this energy, it's coming in with a hint of pursuit of happiness. That's why I'm kind of talking about it. But the thing is, how do we get, if this energy is coming your way, what is really the design of happiness? And if you got to go out and say, oh, well, it's my contribution to the world. Well, you is of the world. And if your pursuit of happiness is your contribution of the world, then you take on the world. So yours shouldn't definitely be about survival. You should be already in happiness because taking on the world already got survive in it. That's just that's an automatic thing. So that might be you already in your pursuit of happiness. Now, if you have other details or other meanings, for example, I'm trying to learn what happiness is. I've been experiencing so much and I have so many different feelings that I've been processing them so long that I really think I'm back on the redefining happiness. So maybe you on this rift then. And it could fall good for anybody who's in that state, especially with this ebb and flow and this farewell here. If you know that you back on it and trying to really discover it, then you're going to find this burst of energy that has a pursuit of happiness, because it really does. These are some loving energies that's here at the same time. Now, the thing is, because you learning and you on this ride, when you do get comfortable, don't get all out of bounds when you hit a little turbulence. Try to maintain your balance. And I'm saying this because I feel like this energy is in it for a long haul. This energy is not a short thing. But the moments and the shifting of the planets moving, well, that's going to shift you a little bit too. And I know I don't know everything. I know I don't. So I'm just saying, just prepare yourself. So I want to go ahead and get a few tarot cards, right? And see what else the spirit guides will help me out in a nice closing message. And we're going to see how they're going to lead me to the closing message, whether it be another card pull or whether this will be the card pull. But, you know, I hope that y'all gain something out of me doing this energy reading with this South Node and North Node and Sidereal. Can we have 5 cards here to represent 2021? Can we have a 5-card message about this North Node and South Node? Oh, there go one. Oops. Can we get 4 more, please? Okay. Alright, this message right here that the Spirit Guides is having me talk about for people who like the Shadow card. We have the Shadow card of the Queen of Wands. Okay? Now, we do have who? Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. I think everybody is out here except Virgo and Libra. And the thing is, we have only Wands. We have the Tower card. We have the Emperor. We have the Ace of Wands. We have the Devil. And we have the Nine of Wands. Now, you know, really feeling those cards and having this synopsis message that's really coming up, right? It's like for real, on some real talk, right? On some real, woo. On some, I'd say you, boys. Sometimes these cards just have me up in a jitter. It has me up in a jitter. For real. It just had me in a jitter. And I guess because I'm posting a video, I think that's what really had me in a jitter more than anything, because for real, I had a conversation with somebody one-on-one. And won't even have the jitters like I do when it comes to like recording a video. On certain things to say. And maybe because, for real, when I started off on YouTube, it was such a journey. Yeah. Bless my little heart, it was a journey. But, I'm different now. I am different. I'm still the same person, but I'm different. So, right. All jokes aside, with this Tower card, the Emperor, the Ace of Wands, the Devil, and the Nine of Wands, and with the Queen of Wands being here is the shadow dynamic in the synopsis statement, right? It's basically saying in this message overall, all this challenging things about right and wrong, good and evil, knock y'all hearts out. When we get to understand within our pronunciation and the way that we do things, and for example, we are gods, we here to till the lands, we chosen ones, then if we are what we all are, and we always feel like we not able to get along, what is really the solution? This energy is all about this solution. So, is people going to come up with many ideas? I really do believe so. I really do believe so. I really do. Is there going to be many excuses? Yes, there are. I don't even feel like being the one to dictate on. I just let them see them coming out. I mean, it's one that already came out with the legalization that happened in my state about now. There's a new counseling type of people that's coming out to help people cope with the use of using marijuana for purposes and stuff like that. So, that's just on a small talk. And now, I'm not saying other states that don't have it legalized, they're not bringing those things. I'm just trying to say is, this is part of ebb and flow, because if the other states have it and if my state is currently joining, then this is something that people are taking to heart. Okay, even though it's legalized and this one side of people, whether they have to put on their costumes and be like, let me act professional today, and tell the world what they need to hear, the politicking type of thing. We're going to break this all down. So the ebb and flow is still going on. So, that's all in that good and bad, evil, and all of that other stuff. Those things, I don't know if it's all about it really being the highest peak or the lowest peak. I really don't know. But what I really do know is the solution seems to be more of the highest peak than actually the conversation. The conversation is no, it's on the sidereal part of it. On the tropical side of it, it's really the solution. And within both of these things is going to produce those. And the strongest solutions is going to be what eventually going to migrate. So whatever people is thinking about, whatever we putting out here as far as content and all that kind of stuff, soon within after probably another year or so, something's going to be showing forth. It's just people get to say, man, damn, I remember when that person started off, I didn't even think this shit was going to hit this far, you know. Those moments will be arising up soon, right along with it. For real, for real. So, you know, that's basically the end message with it, which really does fit. So, you know, whatever way you want to take how I interpreted energy is what's up. Good luck to you, alright? Till the next time.